Abusuafoɔ ne tie for Hi Daily Update TV so ha ba benya training news ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ wiase fɛ na nyinaa sɛ ɛne ne di kan ba na sɛ ɔtɔ ahwɛ na subscribe so a ɛne di no bo kwan so no ani sama sɛ benya news bia na ɔhye bia wobenya notification of phone so abɛhwɛ afei so ama fi so bɛhyɛ ama wadamfo so ɛnyɛ bia hwɛ tie for me and go straight to our major issue ɛyɛ nsɛnsɛm sisi ɛyɛ bere bi atwam a kyerɛ sɛ Chama Wontumi anɔkɔ pae a kyerɛ sɛ ɔkɔdi Otumfour atɛm sɛ ɔno ankasa kingdom no ɛno na Kelvin aba abɔnten ɛka kyerɛ ɛyɛ Otumfour sɛ nka ɔyɛ obi a nka ne like n'ani abere paa sɛ nka ɔdi ɛyɛ Wontumi asɛm a ɛwɔ sɛ nka ɔde ne kɔ court na nka deɛ ɛbɛyɛ na nka wayɛ ɔkɔ court no that means sɛ ɔrekɔ akɔsiew no nti deɛ ayɛ ne sɛ Otumfour pɛ sɛ nka ɔsiew ɛyɛ Wontumi ɛno ɛna ɛyɛ Kelvin ɛpressure ɛyɛ Otumfour sɛ nka ɛbɛyɛ a ɔnyɛ saa deɛ nso na ɛbɛyɛ a saa ne position as chairman no ɔmmɛgye afiri ne nsɛm a wei ne adeɛ a Kelvin aba abɔnten abɛka wei no ɛna ɔka biribi about ɛyɛ judges ɛkɔ so ɛyɛ Supreme Court judges a nneɛma a wɔyɛ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Supreme Court ɛho nsɛnsɛm bebree ɛne Akufo-Addo appointees no ɛho nsɛm bebree bɛbrɛ nanso ansa na no ka mo ne yɛnkɔti nsɛm yɛ ɔka fa Otumfour ɛne Wontumi nsɛnsɛm na ɛsi bere bi atwam a ɛyɛ Wontumi ka sɛ wɔn own kingdom no yɛba ne atɔ yɛn nkɔmmɔ twetwe ne so.
For 20 years, Frimpong Boateng cannot speak. Nobody can speak. The judiciary is helping corruption grow. So when you talk about corruption in Ghana, how are we going to fight corruption? If we tackle the judiciary, we are good. Because so be a government appointee, so be somebody in the legislature or in the executive, not only say the court is dangerous. When I get there, you will see how the system will straighten up. Let us work on the court. Let us clean it up. Let us make it right. Let us force it to get back to its integrity. Let us help the court to understand its job. Let us let the judges know they are taking an oath to serve Ghana, not to serve individuals. If we are able to make sure that arm of government is independent and has integrity, no government official will fool around. Because Emran Somu, say Auditor General Somu, say Shraj Somu, say Special Prosecutor Somu, and that is the system we need to build. And in America, for their building a system. It might not be the perfect system, but they know. Every politician, every citizen, everyone knows that you can beat the system, but by mistake now end up in court and go to jail. So the probability of you going to jail when you go to court, it is 99%. But in Ghana, the probability of you going to jail when you enter court, it is 2%. Because when your party is in power, when you have influence, near Japan, threatening judge. Were we not here? Or radio, so TV, so live can say, you judge, I will deal with you. What happened to the case? Chief Justice Eninia was Kennedy go. That is how corruption becomes strong. Let's forget about the legislature. We all submit to the court. The final arbiter. There's no problem. Asamsi Nancy Chema Wontumi ekoduru menhia. Se anka na asemna ɛda no. Se anka menhia hemfo ka so omo hwa asem no without being political anka Chema Wontumi ki tu no as chairman of MPP in the Ashanti region. Yeah. But because the court wasn't ready to judge Wontumi, no, the court found a way to let Wontumi walk. That is the problem. And I'm talking about Menshia court. And you realize the matter wasn't looked at. Now they went after their own. So it is not about a politician. Over America, Obianche Tonsi, Congressman Beatrimo, and I said Senator Beatrimo. At the America for through any court. That is the most serious thing on Musro. American will too. American is not scared of a gun. American, you cannot just threaten him. American does not care whether you are pissed off or not. He's doing his job, he's doing his job. He knows the right thing to do, he knows the wrong thing to do. The only thing an American is scared of is the court. You might go to court, you will not come back home again. That is where we need to tackle. This matter, where did it end? Let's not, we get too excited easily. I don't hate the Chief Justice, no. School coming Kobe. But what I can tell you is the Chief Justice has not lived up to expectations. That's it. Today, the Chief Justice is more interested in touring regions and telling us how court in here than strengthening the court. There's a difference between opening infrastructure, the court infrastructure, and then strengthening the court, the principles, integrity, strengthening it. You can have two courts in Ghana. If they have integrity and they are a court that stands on its feet, you can still make sure Ghana emra ebeyejuma. Ubetuma si court apeti Ghana henyina. Said the judges you are posting around are not committed, are not faithful, are not democratic enough, can be bought. Those things you are building, you are just building hatchets for people to sit inside. You are building and semi-detached for people to go and enjoy air conditions. So it's not about, sometimes when I hear the Chief Justice talk about this place needs court, this place needs court, it's fine, they need court. But the issue is, have you strengthened the court? Because when Edin Yabua was there, we all saw the court had broken down. And then when we are going, you go back, then you share the Chief Justice Otumfour. Has anything changed? No. That is the reality. I don't hate her. I love her. She's a Ghanaian. I'll be proud to see her sit amongst other judges around the world. And I'll say, hey, this is the Ghanaian Chief Justice. But is she doing what she has to do? No. Is she submitted to the executive? Yes. Is she making things go the way we expect the court to be independent enough to go? No. That is our problem. But at least when you study the system, you realize that the problem we have in Ghana, corruption fight now, it is in the court. Sexy don. That's what I could say. You the judge say you to be the prosecutor, to be the witness, but nipa na autopsy so or the laptop called Germany and the Kogira would train mu into like you sit there and the court is watching. Kesi say what court are we supposed to deal with these cases? They are all sitting there. Ask yourself. We keep talking about fast track. We keep talking about we are adding sophisticated things to the court. The court is going to run 24/7. We are still marking time. We are still marking time. Nothing is going on. The court is still the same. Nothing is going on. We were thinking, Madam Tokonu or your bad, some drastic change. Nothing. The good judges are still good judges. The bad ones are becoming powerful. Today, when a judge is appointed or a lawyer is appointed to come to be vetted to become a judge, now I call Facebook, I could delete it. Why? Why do you think they do that? Because they are political lawyers and judges. Because they don't even think far. Because they have been enshrined in political discourse, partisan politics. They even forget their profession. Into the moment you're like, yeah, but see a fro, also come back, echo clean damage, and see where we are today. So let me tell you something. I wish if there's change in government, and this should not be a drastic or radical way. We see it around the nation, around the world, sorry. When you want to clean the judicial system up, we all have to come together and help clean it up. And this is not personal. It is not against a particular judge, a particular chief justice. It is about us coming to understand or coming to a realization that the court needs to be cleaned up. With all due respect, it's not every judge in Ghana and also a judge. It's a fact. The last time I was speaking to my wife, and it was about something. And one thing my wife said, because my wife, she follows Ghana politics a lot. She knows more. Majority of her Facebook notification are Ghana news outlets. Sometimes there are some stories I don't even hear. She tells me, Kelvin, have you seen this one? She knows Ghana politics. My wife worked at Daily Graphic as a photojournalist. She walked through Daily Graphic all the way to Circle to meet me from work. We put Țaʊrt to Ashalebotwe. She knows how Ghana politics. She has sat in meetings with politicians who are talking. She's listened. She knows. Onya Green, when it comes to Ghana politics, no. She knows more of your politicians than you yourself. So don't sit there and say, I know sometimes can someone say, Kevin, wife Betty. Oh no.
Abusiafo ina tin sama chese course so edifa pressure bi Kelvin Taylor air pressure Otumfour nke be ya omo court na tete mention no osen commercial asem pa sen osen ma Wontumi oche no court de bitima say ye di asem na say obi kwa akosi obi so obi do go court that means say o kosi o no na match say ye kasa Otumfour to see Wontumi no na ma ye kasa asem na nti na ma position for chairman de ma Wontumi no osen jikrampo every ni se no na Kelvin Taylor ababonte egega kasa asem no we no na Otumfour Supreme Court judges no say Supreme Court say 11 nipa 11 or it is okay because assemba nipa 11 na better meeting di asem no nenso so US kakraka yi 9 judges pe na ewo ho nenso ba Ghana almost 45 aden and no na Kelvin Taylor was say aden like no we see like what disrespect is for nyina especially Akufo-Addo say appointing nipa bebre and also appointing nipa judges bebre akogu Supreme Court no and for so be so because we would dia and also we call retire no appoint for sani yes bebre na mo appoint akogu say the whole school them we dey come ngo things my came the betuja e ba na dem komo no abana we
the things you have no idea. But there was one thing, I was doing a story, and Obusam say, when I came home, I was like, what were you guys talking? Normally when I go home, I get home, she's like, what was your show about today? Normally, a good wife, that's what they do. They'll always ask you, was the show crucial today? Was it scandal? Was it, you have to tell. And there was about Supreme Court something. And then my wife catch him and say, yes, it was recently when they say Akufo-Addo is appointing more judges to the High Court or something, appeals court, something. And I was just telling her, I was reading something, and I was saying, why do we need more judges, especially in the Supreme Court? And I was saying, so how many judges sit at the time? And I'm saying, I think 11. So, what? Okay, 11. Why do you need more? If you have 9, it's enough. If you have 11, it is enough. Why do you have 26 judges? And my wife was like, so the rest, what did they do? You can't tell me that you need more Supreme Court judges because there are more cases. No. That is why it is the Supreme Court. It sits at the right time and takes care of issues. So if there are 9 judges, America kakrake, they have only 9 judges. America hanyina. We are Ghana, our judges almost 50 something. Why? Why do you? There are some Supreme Court judges. They have visited the court, Otumfour court, only twice a year. Why? And we keep appointing and appointing. We are wasting resource. And these judges who are the Supreme Court, some of them can come to appeals court and do a diligent job. Some of them can come to a high court. They can do diligent job. Why do we always make it look like, say, we need to load the court? Why do we need 23 people there? Why? Spending the taxpayers' money. America kakrakawe, only 9 Supreme Court judges. Yaba, election petition. How many judges were sitting throughout? 9 people. So why do we need 30 Supreme Court judges? Why do we need 23? Why do we need 20? Why do we need it? You have 9 a daycare. Let it be unique. Let it be difficult to get there. Today, the Supreme Court has been so easy. Anybody can be a Supreme Court judge. This is a lifetime appointment. You don't make it easy. You don't just make anybody who goes to the High Court think I can become a Supreme Court judge. No. There are millions of judges in America. Only 1% even think about going to the Supreme Court of America. You know that? Yeah. It is not easy. We are not supposed to make it that easy. Today, Supreme Court is easy. Now see this. Now we come from Paul Boatiasem. Now Shadia. Mr. Adai, Obekasa. Now, Papa, we make catch them say, Ghana Braya BREeden na. The problem we have in Ghana, my catch them. The so-called intellectuals. Papa, we another serious tribal bigot. We, Matisse so fra dance asokwa. Upe penyini total oyiyi nimpem akwa we. Everything about him is a lie. onye professor. They forced us to believe and take this guy as a professor. Of course, Zimbabwe, normal conference. And I'm saying, hey, you there everywhere you are there. Say, yeah, you know, hey, professor of events, and one of our guys also a professor emeritus. This guy is not a professor. Now, and the Okasa or say, I was never notified of my exit as the GRE board chair. I was at home and saw that a new board has been constituted. It is the most disrespectful way of saying goodbye to any board. But this is Ghana. Professor Addo said, oh yeah, campaign, Papa Way, Chamana John Mahama, AC, E-blocks around the nation. Ni Krum, Adansia Asokwa, Santimemu. Oba Santimemu, the whole Ghana, a hona E-blocks dosu pa. Panway, or a teacher, or school. Onim education, send your tie. Onim, how important is it for a government to put up a school? Onim, what goes into building one block? Not John Mahama in 2014, 15, 16, ACE blocks. Man, wait na TV so say Mahama Jimmy schools no sin wo wurem. Legon ne wo wurem. Tech ne wo wurem. At Presec and Ameko ne wo wurem. Papa we etina TV so say Mahama Jimmy yamfe kufu ado mra. Mahama teni adena OC schools ewo communities any say school and embassy school nyina won kran. Omo campaign sa that Ghana for try and they brought Ekufuado. Every single thing John Mahama and the NDC did from 2012 to 2016, these were the people sitting on TV every day saying it was wrong. Ayaloloba, it was wrong. Mahama Solvi Dumso, it was wrong. We were here the OC chip compounds, it was wrong. Mahama was building E-blocks, it was wrong. Mahama was expanding Temahabo, it was wrong. Mahama ye Kotoka, it was wrong. Mahama Kokeje Tiako Sea Market, it was wrong. Osi Sewia, it was wrong. Osi Afari, it was wrong. Mahama ye Kotokraba, Mahama ye Pokwasi, Mahama Espredi, or Mansuo Mampong, or ye Kumewu Hospital. Mahama yo, these people were like, no, we need change. And more. What change did you want? Change na mo penene ayedien. Because all the things that I've mentioned, if it was wrong and you people were not pleased, the change you were voting for, what was the change you wanted? Because if somebody builds school, builds hospitals, does roads, build all these things, and you say it is not something you need, now they could forward about what is the thing that you need? They could not tell us. Ekufuado ba oninemua na obeye board chair
for nothing some my course or the far want to know sense my PPM na say more just a good day Otumfour time just a good PM or copa church say ni part just or copen once my hene or copen once no or no more just say you trouble and you want to me campo I say oh I mean na next time nka say ni sin no na I came tell any buafu ye pa I just work or request and to be see bibi atwa want to me go the Otumfour time no. And none of us say go boy see was pandia. I wasn't God they want to me echo code nanka says ukusina to was still no and no and I'm a came tell a babon we are more ash ye pa we are diabetoja we no and I'll come you about a appointees or a Supreme Court then I'm never really appointed on my Supreme Court no and no and I came tell a cousin fasubieni see or 9 or 11 judges grandpa. So we call retire no appoint for 4. So we call we were no appoint for 4. Sani again oko US kakraka no crampa dipa 9 pe and judges over. In how comes a Ghana for the almost 45 judges na wa just anya some good we ni ade came traba bontin abe sansem nyina go ati for 100 mbesi nanso so wo adwenche bia for adwenche ba comment such a thing so betim so share ama odam for so nya bia subscribe my ni dey no book so yeah dey for nyina so by daily update special.